Today we have travelled from Cairns to Darwin and have arrived at the luxurious waterfront apartments. Not knowing what to expect, we were very much surprised with the quality of our accommodation. It's got a beautiful kitchen and lounge room and outside balcony. A well-appointed apartment overlooking the waterfront and precinct of the Stokes Wharf. We came to Darwin many years ago, but since then they've built all these beautiful apartments as part of the new waterfront. Katie and myself were absolutely astounded by the changes that Darwin has gone through. It must also be remembered that Darwin was destroyed by Cyclone Tracy in December in 1974 with winds that were recorded at about 217 kilometres per hour. 70% of the buildings were totally destroyed, and it also killed 71 people in its wake. The city was rebuilt with new materials and also new techniques. Who wouldn't want to come to Darwin to see what has been achieved? It's quite extraordinary. The old timber pier was totally removed and rebuilt to take the cruise liners and also the Navy vessels. It now also houses the Royal Flying Doctor Service. There are a few eateries on the wharf, with the most prominent the Crustacean restaurant at the end of the pier that opens every night at 5:30 until 8. The restaurant is set up inside, but they also put chairs and tables on the outside, and weather permitting, you're going to have a great time. The new cruise ship terminal is a vibrant and modern facility, and also forms part of the overall development of the Darwin Waterfront. There are many walkways connecting Stokes Wharf with the cruise ship terminal, shops, restaurants and also lagoons. The wharf precinct also has a new convention centre and is all within walking distance from all the hotels and Darwin Mall. This is my favourite walkway, as it is floating and taking us back right to our doorstep of our apartment. Why is it floating, did you ask? It's because it's salt water and subject to tidal changes. Feels a bit like being on a cruise ship. This is a recreation lagoon with sandy beaches, and is surrounded by parklands, basically used for family outings. The lagoon extends right past the convention centre, and there's also a water slide that you can use. Yes, it's for free. One of the main features of Darwin is the wave lagoon. It is a safe water haven with chlorinated water, salt water. I didn't think it was all that hard, so I thought I'll give it a go. So into my bay, that was right down to the deep end, 2 metres, and the first wave actually picked me up and threw me straight onto the beach. The dedicated walkway was constructed to connect the CBD with the waterfront, but you will have to take the lift up to the 3rd floor, walk across the bridge, and you land up in Smith Street, which is the centre of the CBD. There are many things to do here in Darwin, and one is to go on a dinner cruise with the Catch Cape of Jew. They go on a 3-hour adventure, leaving every day at 5 o'clock and returning at 8 p.m. at night. The al fresco dining at night is hyper, with all the restaurants open. There's Fiddler's Green, and there's many other different restaurants like Italian, Vietnamese, Chinese, Greek, and I believe there's also an oyster bar and an ice cream shop. The vibe is just absolutely amazing. Right at the end of the restaurant precinct, we can see that a couple of cruise ships have just come in, and they tell me it's for the rich. Something like $2,000 or $3,000 per night. They're doing the west coast from Perth right up to Darwin. And that's the Jew coming back after their 3-hour adventure of dinner cruise. Since the early 1950s, a unique and natural phenomena occurs on the high tide amongst the tranquil tropical waters of Darwin's, I think they call it Doctor's Gully. Hundreds and hundreds of friendly local wildfish swim to the shallow shoreline in search of a meal of fresh bread. Over the course of the last 60 years, the fish have actually shed their normal shyness and are now hand-fed to the delight of thousands of fascinated locals and tourists every year. Aquascene was an establishment started in 1981 and has become a magical attraction for all the family and the kids to enjoy. It attracts upwards of about 70,000 visitors a year and has enjoyed a widespread media coverage nationally and internationally, and is just a must-do when you go to Darwin. Go to Aquascene. The big hype when you're in Darwin is also to visit the so-called famous pub at Humpty Doo, just situated 47 kilometres south of Darwin on the Arnhem Highway. Upon on our arrival, I was expecting a little bit more. We were supposed to have lunch there, but gave it a miss. After leaving Humpty Doo, we travelled a further 30 kilometres to the window of the wetlands, which is a visiting centre and is on top of Beatrice Hill, one of the highest points of the Adelaide River floodplains. For half of the year, the wetlands are flooded, while in the day they are baked and dried out. It depends on the season. the visitor centre has lots of information on the region, and also some tours running during the right season. The night at Cullen Bay Holiday Apartments, after coming back from Broome and Kununurra, and just made it back to catch the sunset. Cullen Bay is less than 2 kilometres from the Darwin CBD. The main feature of this popular location is the magnificent Cullen Bay Marina. It's being home to over 250 vessels and is surrounded by some of the best restaurants and high quality residential homes. In between brackets, we absolutely love Lola's. Best pizzas ever. Cullen Bay Marina is a man-made facility and has been designed to protect its occupants against natural elements thanks to the locked waterway and the man-made seawalls. The waters inside the marina is maintained at a constant level to about 5 metres in height thanks to the huge door locks that control all the vessels and water entering and exiting the Cullen Bay precinct. There are about 2,000 plus permanent residents in the Cullen Bay Marina precinct enjoying the waterside lifestyle, and is enjoyed also by visitors such as ourselves, enjoying the public boardwalk with ambient restaurants, shops, and just soaking up the serenity of the marina and its surroundings. There seems to be a bit of building activity going on, and I just had a look at some of the prices, and you can still buy an apartment there for $450,000, and the median price is $1.2 million. An average house with a waterfront is about $1.7 to $2.5 million.